Hello world, I'm using the cinematic video feature of the iPhone in some of this video, and I'm excited to show you about my day today. What I'm trying to do, I'm talking to you about just a warm conversation and relatable experiences with all kinds of people on this planet. I'm also just trying to get to a way to improve my life, to get out of this motel room just to go to another one. And I don't actually end up doing it. And I wanted to say that to you right now, and then I wanted to show you everything I've already got recorded from the day. So I was writing some things down, and I was like, you know what? I want to write a book. As someone who is a homeless survivor, and I want to interview somebody that you wouldn't think I have a lot in common with, but I really do. I really do. An astronaut. I want to interview NASA, like the original home team astronauts, because here's the thing. You might not think that like we have a lot in common, but we do. Here's how we're gonna relate on that, and like every single homeless person is gonna be like, you know what, I feel that, I totally get that. Is everybody who's been to like space is gonna be like, same here. Astronauts and homeless people have a theme in common. One of those things is you try so hard, and all you're doing is getting back what you already had. For astronauts, one of them things a lot of times, you know, they have them field days or whatever. They get up and they're like, we're gonna go get a screwdriver and play with this satellite and fix it. We're gonna put like this $8 million screw in this satellite so it doesn't blow up or whatever. They're doing their job. And they are like, you know what? We need some air. We don't need, like, fresh air would be good, but like that's the back on our thing. Like, we ain't got no fresh air. We need air, like any kind of air available, so we do not die like in the next 15 minutes. They probably got protocols, procedures for this, but let's just say occasionally they might be like, well, you know what, the Russian spaceship ain't too far away, we'll go deal with him. And like, you know, these Americans were like, we don't want to really deal with Russia. You know, they're dealing with like Ukraine in a really bad way. It's just stop dealing with them all together. But we're up here in space, and they're the closest ones. So yeah, we're just gonna go there, like, you know, braid his hair, gather American Idol or whatever they do up in space when they're on break, getting air. Like, they're gonna go deal with Russia to get air. I can see it happening. I bet it's happening like right now. They're like, you know what? It don't matter if it's Russian air or Chinese air. It's air. It's air from the same planet. We are gonna go over there and get some. You know, because like we're like neighbors and Earthlings. You know, same planet, same galaxy, but like different countries. But they're just gonna deal with it. We're just gonna take some of their air. Don't understand. We did it for them last Tuesday. You know, like I know that happens, and like homeless people are like, we understand that. We do. I think I want to make this video a big deal, so I think I'm gonna make include a clip from another video I did when I went to the museum, where there was air. There was like warm air available indoors. That's the reason I went, and I had such a great time checking out all the outlets and being amazed. I'm going to include a clip of something else I did at the museum to kind of pull this experience together. I'm going to upload this video. It's going to be just this segment here, and what I'm going to show you. And then I'm going to upload the full video of my day when I get to the new place I'm going. And I hope you'll understand and see why I think it's all going to come together really nicely. So that's what I want to do. Something familiar, something peaceful, something calm. We got screaming heathens in there, but they're all right little rats for the most part. There's Wi-Fi, and there's so much more that I really enjoyed, and I got in there for just $1.
The first place I got to was the space exhibit, and here it says outer space is closer to Denver than Denver is to Colorado Springs, which is about an hour away, so that was very exciting to know. The first thing I saw was a piece of moon that was brought to the Denver Museum, and then I saw this picture, and then I saw this spacesuit guy just kind of hanging out and floating in the air, and I just really had a moment with him thinking about how it feels like I'm constantly seamlessly moving through time but not getting much done. But the thing is, I am still moving forward, and so I just kind of had a one-on-one with that guy for a minute. It's my third winter homeless. That was last winter. I've said before that in the Wild West, everything gets bigger, including you. And a lot of that is just lonesome time and just trying to figure out what to do minute from minute, because you really are never home. And at the space exhibit, there was a little sign there saying, the external factors are beyond their control and they have to have protection in order to survive. And I just thought how much that mirrors my situation. After reflective space time with the astronaut, I then found a rover that went to Mars. And I wanted to know, was this thing built for tough? And I read the whole plaque. At no point did it say Ford had anything to do with it. But it really did go to Mars, according to the plaque. And that was cool. Moving right along from there, I then found a kind of like a Martian environment where kids could use the computer system there to kind of control like a Mars rover, although it didn't seem to be working right. And it seemed like something was missing in my mind. I just felt like we needed some Martian lizards or something there. Like we needed some life there just for the overall ambiance of the museum, but there wasn't anything there. So one thing I noticed right away, besides there's so many kids, guess what this place is also crawling with? Outlets all over the place. See that one right there? You see it now? And you see the one, there's one right there, and then the gray section, there it is right in the middle, down below. I checked. They're both of them, they both work. So I'm like, yay, they work here. So are you able to kind of like see my two different experiences at the museum and here at the motel? Like at the motel room, it's calm, it's peaceful. There are outlets, I know where they're at. They don't excite me anymore. They work, they're here. I can't get any more excited about outlets. They're doing the same thing. It's still something I need, just as much. But they're not exciting me like they did at the day at the museum. The day at the museum, I didn't have warm air available unless I was at the museum. There was literally nowhere else I could go that day. And I went there and I had a blast. But like, now in this motel room, I'm at that bell curve where like all the good that's happened here, it's just better for me to be somewhere else. So I'm gonna go somewhere else because it is still the most important thing I can do to defeat homelessness any faster is to just get a break from the lucky you. You have to understand that. So I'm sitting here packing for my trip for another hotel. And it feels silly, but like it's so important. You have to understand this experience where I'm here in this hotel room and it's sad in here, it's just, I need to continue to elevate and feel better and be able to make the best decisions with everything all of the time, all on my own, just as phone, and whoever's there for a long way. And I'm like, sitting here, like, well, what do I take? Do I take my bubble bath mix? Yeah, I do. And then I'm like, well, here's some choices that I don't have a home. My family loves me, but I've got bathing soap, whatever, sometimes. And then I have this pair. This pair is the man of my dreams. This pair, only me or the man of my dreams are the only two people on this planet. Ryan Gosling to show up with Brad Pitt, Ben Affleck, Adam Levine, and Mark Wahlberg had to come along, and they could show up butt naked at my hotel room there. I'm like, hey, we want to go swimming with you so bad. And I would just feel, you're not, I don't have an extra pair of swimming trunks. You're just gonna deal with it naked, I guess. But like, if the man of my dreams was to call me, like, sup, I would be like, well, hey, guess what? Good timing. Mark Wahlberg just showed up with Adam Levine and Brad Pitt and Ryan Gosling. And I just told them they can't have your pair of swimming trunks. And he would be like, I'd be like, do you want any of them here? And he'd be like, God, no. I'd be like, see if Danny Wahlberg can come. Just him. And then I would ask Mark Wahlberg, can you guys go? But can you tell Danny to come? Like, well, I would do that. Like, it would just be, like, automatic. I mean, well, I'm going to this hotel, and I brought your swimming trunks. And he'd be like, well, great, because Shania Twain's with me, and she needs a pair. Like, it would just, that automatic. It would just be, like, done. Like, when I invited him over the other night, I was just like, I just bought 2 steaks off Amazon. And you're the first person, the only person I'd rather come with. Do you want to come over? Wait until 8 months. And he was like, I will be there in 20 minutes. And so when we got here, we were here. We were literally right here. And he was like, you know what would be better if we just went and got another hotel room like right now. Because the walls are thin, we're not supposed to have visitors. He could feel it. He was just like, let's go somewhere. We had that What About Now
That Lone Star experience. We had that, like, let's just do something, like, what would be really fun right now. Like, you want to go to Taco Bell right now? Like, he had that. And I love that. You know who doesn't? Like, Melania Trump. Melania Trump, I'm sure there are days for her where she's, like, at an airport in Idaho, like 6 hours, and she's like on the airplane. She's pretty much, they're telling her, you don't even smoke cigarettes, Melania. You can't even come out here for a smoke break. You're just gonna have to go in there. The Secret Service people and the boss of Melania Trump, bougie posse people she's supposed to be the boss of, are probably just telling her what to do. And she's like, I hate being here. I've already seen that movie Georgia Roll. And you know, there's that like 16-year-old boy, and he had Lindsay Lohan to deal with. He had his like real churchy Christian friends to deal with. He could go in that canoe. He could go deal with Jane Fonda or Felicity Huffman. Sometimes she was in that movie. Like, she's like, I'm so jealous of that 16-year-old boy. And like, I can't even take my 16-year-old boy getting in places. I wish I was at the airport in New York City. I bet she does. I bet she says something like that. Like, I wish we were at LaGuardia. And, you know, probably thinking, why does Nate care? Because Melania Trump is probably like, at LaGuardia, I can see the ocean. And I feel like Ariel, Little Mermaid, Donald Trump is basically Ursula. It's basically the same thing. I identify with Ariel, and when I feel like I can see the Statue of Liberty, it makes me feel better. Here in Idaho, looking at all these fields, you've seen one, you've seen them all. It looks like this in Slovenia. I just would like to be an airplane, the same one, but in New York City. I get that. I bet Melania Trump feels that way. I'm also sure, feeling really good about this, that all the people that are supposed to be helping Melania Trump survive and get through life, they're always all the time like, oh, another time for you to be on this airplane all day. They ain't gonna go anywhere. Just go in there and get butt naked again, Melania. Well, you know, you like to get butt naked on an airplane. I'm sure there's like a Secret Service person from Arkansas doing that with Melania Trump. And she's just like, they need to get over that. But they never will. Because I was a supermodel. I married Donald Trump. But here's the thing people don't know about why I got butt naked on that airplane that one time. And we took pictures. Because, order the facts. Number one, we were dating hard. Like, he was about to ask me if I would marry him. Number two, all of his grandkids just got the report card and they all made A's and B's. He also, Donald Trump, paid off his credit cards. And we were going to Paris from Rome. And we had some really good wine at dinner before we got on the plane. So, you know, and have Nate's, you know, one time. I think Melania Trump is like, I have to get butt naked occasionally, sometimes, somewhere. And then just take a picture. I'm a supermodel. It happens. Like, I get that, like, Melania Trump. It's like, I should just feel like a person and not have to feel like a sex slave on an airplane everywhere all the time. Then I bet she does. I care about that. Let me tell you another person who I bet feels closest with like Russian astronauts would be like Lance Bass from NSYNC. Lance Bass got really close and really tried in Russia to go to outer space. He didn't make it. He had to just deal with being a boy band member of NSYNC. And then Justin Timberlake told George Lucas, we're too tired from our tour. The other three boys went, we're too tired to be extras in your movie, your Star Wars movie. And I bet Lance Bass really wanted to be an extra in that Star Wars movie because he didn't get to go to space. But like going to that was probably more important to him than winning a Grammy. Or really doing a whole album or whatever. It was insane. But I bet he wasn't able to do that. And I bet like if I could be in Las Vegas right now and go down to a blackjack table with Melania Trump and Lance Bass, I bet we would all be like, you know what, we care about your problem. We've been there. I bet we would. And I love how the manager of my dreams came over. And like, I'm not, this is the limit. Like, I'm taking 2 pairs of swimming trunks. But like, I don't even have like, let's just shut some of it here. So I don't want to like relocate every single belonging I have. I can't do laundry there, but I might be able to go swimming. The whole point of this relocation, which is kind of like all I do, because you have to remember, I have not been home since September 8th, 2022. There's not a person in my family, okay, not a blood relative, that has given me a hug and said, I genuinely love you. The entire time I've been homeless. That's never happened a single time. So like, I have 2 pairs of swimming trunks. There might be a pool over there. There's probably even like a washing machine. But like, I just want to relocate. I've got to go I have $100 cash deposit I need to make. So like, I need extra money. I have to give them money to the price they said the hotel room is. They just want extra money, but I lost that backpack on the Uber can't find it. It has my debit cards in there. Dealing with the homeless shelter to get the debit cards is tremendously long and painful. It's on the other side of downtown. In order for me to get this hotel room, I had to find a Save-A-Lot on the way there. Hopefully it's going to leave me cash back on Apple Pay as many times as it takes to get like $120 of extra money. Like, all this has got to happen, you know, just so I can relocate. I deal with doing laundry. I don't really, like, I'm not home. Okay, do you understand that? Like, and I was thinking too. I was like, who can I call? Like, man, I stayed with a lot last winter. I could call him right now, and here's how I think that's gonna go. I could be like, I'm stressed. I don't like being here anymore. Can come over. And like, he would probably, if he's available, you know, he'd be like, yeah, come over. He would just be like, I don't know why you can't deal with your hotel room. Like, he would not be able, he would care, but he would not have an ability, because you have to understand, he's never not been homeless. He talked to his mom. He went out to like restaurants he likes. He has a routine, and like the washing machine never got up and went away. He probably didn't think about what astronauts were having to deal with, or Melania Trump, or somebody on its past. It's just, he cares. He does. If I needed my life saved right now, he would help me save it. I know he would. He just came pick me up when I got beat up for it. But he doesn't have the ability to like understand what I'm going through. And I'm trying to demonstrate right now, like, I'm stressed out just to go from one hotel room to another for like 2 nights. Trying to debate about what I could take, what I need to take, how much do I want to take of it. Like, I'm taking the man of my dreams' clothes, but I ain't taking all of my clothes. I'm wearing some of his. He ain't here. But like, we have that spontaneity, that freedom. And we also are like 2 people that I know most people can't imagine being homeless. And you also can't imagine, like, my dad's about to show up here with a U.S. Senator, the governor. And he'd be like, you know what? Do you want to just come with me and go to Lowe's and buy 2x4s? For no reason. Let's look at Starbucks. And like, we and him understand that. That's why I love him. And he knows all about this. Kind of like, when he was like, let's go to the other hotel room, when we got there, he was like, no, I ain't leaving till 12. There ain't nothing. And in my dreams, he's very, like, he has a lot of stuff. Like, he brought his stuff over here and left it. And then he's like, I don't even need this stuff. This stuff could just stay with you till I feel like done with you again. But he, like, we had to get a lot of stuff for him to just, but he was, parameters were, I'm going to be at this hotel room for 10 more hours. That's all the time I got, and I ain't leaving, going anywhere else. I just randomly came over, hung out, and had a cookout with you, and now we're at another hotel, and now I'm done. There ain't nothing else gonna happen with me. No new locations. Unless the hotel catches on fire, I ain't leaving until 12. So like, I do that. I just accepted it. I cannot change. I was like, I didn't really want to go anywhere else with them anyway. You know, it's just like, well, he was serious. He ain't moving. He went to Afghanistan. He came back. He's homeless. He ain't moving out of this hotel room. You can't make him. You don't ask him, do you want to go to Denny's? No, he ain't going to go to Denny's or IHOP at all. He ain't going to go. And that's fine. Like, you just, I don't know how to explain it. But, like, being aware of what your choices and your freedom and why you're making decisions and what you can do and can't do, and like all that just gets so combobulated and tumulated because you're probably like, well, you know, I wish you'd quit talking so mean about your parents or like whatever, right? They don't give a shit where I'm at, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, whatever it takes to. None of that they don't give a shit about. They're not able. Clearly, my dad is not able to be around children. You know, I'm pissed. The man I love's homeless, and another U.S. veteran's homeless. I gotta get out of here. It's driving me nuts. But like, I had to contemplate: what am I taking? And how am I gonna get cash back? What's the best way? I gotta go to like a grocery store. There's one that way. The hotel's this way. If I go that way, I have to pay for an Uber to go get cash. Deal with the grocery store. Everybody there at the grocery store, they're like, either at home or at the grocery store. I haven't been home in a year and a half, and I'm going to the grocery store to do a financial transaction just so I can go. Like, it's just all of this all of the time. Every little, tiny little step. It's like, wow, I'll be missing you song. Every breath I take, every step I take, I'll just be missing you. Because it's like, this is the part where I want you to see, like, all I'm doing is going from one hotel room to another hotel room because this one is so drab. It would be better for my mental health to just be better. I might even get like carry out or Grubhub or something like that. I need to have tomorrow go back to work. I need to be ready mentally to make decisions with all the resources I have to improve my life even more. Again, after 586 times of doing it, like I just have got to be able to get all the spots right. I'm trying to land permanent housing soon. I want to be able to know that I made the right decision once after I make it. Does that make sense? Like, while I'm doing that, I'm thinking about people like Lonnie Trump, Cher, Lance Bass, Victoria Beckham. I think about all these people, astronauts, because I can't relate to people I went to high school with, anybody I ever worked with, all you guys. Anybody that's ever been in my family or temporarily married with my family, none of these people are able to say or care. You're just beyond, you're tired of dealing with me having to survive being homeless. First update. Can you tell the video looks different? I'm thinking it's going to export right. This is a new cinematic mode, and it's the very first time I believe I've ever used it. And now I'm like, I love it because it doesn't just look cool. And it's like, what year is it right now? Around YouTube. It's like one of the moments where like, yeah, there's a Mercedes Benz, and it looks like we're in Miami randomly right now. But we definitely want to be getting out of here just to go to Comfort Inn. They might have a swimming pool, and just it'll be better there. I have nowhere else to go. I'm homeless. And I'm going to think of so many fun things to talk about in the rest of this video, like Jessica Simpson and Olsen twins. And we're just going to have, it's going to be like a party with Nate, whatever, random. Not, like it's like the weather, and it looks like Miami, and it's not that nice over here. I don't have anything, like I'm out of toilet paper, and I only have plastic spoons and 3 pots from the Man of My Dreams. His bag of clothes I'm taking, but he won't talk with me right now, but like he'll get around to it. I know he will. Like just I'm packed, I'm ready, and I was waiting for my Uber. I was looking for a blue Toyota RAV4. Guy's name is Derek. Derek is just kind of dealing with like English again today. I feel sorry for him. My driver is likely to be from like Iraq or Indonesia. Like they came from somewhere like that to pick me up in a hotel room today, to take me to another hotel room. They're probably like, why can't this guy who knows English just stay in one hotel room? So stupid. I'm sure that's probably their reaction. So while we wait, well, actually, here's what's going on now. I'm like thirsty, but I have got to call an Uber, but then it's like deal with waiting on Uber to tell me when they're gonna decide if they have a driver or not. Like it's not gotten better, it's gotten worse. I haven't done Ubers in a long time, but it's the way to get there. And like I've already had this whole situation, you know, I put in where I'm at, but it changed the address just a little bit, like just a little. He's so stupid. We couldn't communicate. He's probably right here, but he had to cancel the trip. Now I'm thirsty. Gotta deal with Uber again. I'm just trying to get over that hotel. So I got my drink. Now it's like windy as fuck. It's like the let's read down Winnie the Pooh when rabbits just like blowing in the wind. It's like that now. We're dealing with like the weather, then we're homeless, you know. But I'm not dealing with it very long. I'm gonna deal with Uber some more. And like, I'm thirsty, but like, I'm also hungry. Like, I'd rather already be at the motel without having to deal with getting the cash. And I thought this was really important to include. My dad would not be able in these situations. If he was dropped right here right now, there is no way my father, I bet my whole next paycheck, he could not obtain cash by midnight tonight without the help of other adults. He is not able to even have any ability to understand there might not be anybody there to help you. He has never, ever, since before he came out of the womb, been in that kind of situation. And he put me in it in 2016, and he's doing nothing about it now. My father could not obtain cash if his life and Donald Trump's depended on it, and they could go back in time. My father would not be able to do it. He couldn't get cash out because he doesn't have a bank account, because he doesn't want one. There's no way my father could get cash with an iPhone 13 Pro Max or 15. He wouldn't know how to unlock it. And I've only been out here for like 2 minutes, and that's when the hotel clerk, the South Korean guy, he comes up and he's just like, "Oh, you locked out?" And it is more of like a, "What are you doing?" Kind of more of that kind of way. I'm just like, I could go inside if I want to. I'm just out here because I can be. And it's just, to him, it's just like, he was waiting on a ride, then he is still waiting on a ride. He wouldn't hear him for a minute. So to him, it's just like, you know, it feels like awkward. And I'm sitting here, I'm dealing with like Lyft now. I'm the Lyft out. The Uber is taking too long, expensive. So we're going to Lyft. We're going to save a lot. I ain't never been to it before. The only reason I'm going there is to get cash, and it's on the way. So I'm going to one I've never been to. Don't know, say what, it's cashback policy. Really want to get dinner and just be in a hotel room. Like I have been all day. But I'm thinking about like, so what I told you about my dad? Here's how I'm envisioning my mom in this situation. My mom would be like, I'm going to have to find my debit card. I was very knowledgeable about travel, has done it a lot, but can't remember anything now. So she's just going to be like, I'm going to find my glasses. I spent 20 minutes looking for them, and they're on top of my head already. Then it'll dawn on me where they were when I look in the mirror to check my makeup, to get an Uber to go to another hotel. I think this is something my mom would do. Like she's probably done this. Like, I'm gonna go from this hotel to this hotel because I can in Libya or wherever. And I think that like my mom would just be like, the hassle of finding the debit card for her would be like my whole entire day of getting over there. She would forget where she was going once she get over. She would just be like, I wish I was back there sipping on a Diet Coke, not even going anywhere, being pissed there. Like, that's how my mom would be. I'm like, not even caring about not caring about me. Like, that's just where she's at. Could my mother obtain cash without a debit card? Yes, I think so. I think she still could. I think she could do it without, like, she would just be like, now I gotta do this, but I know I can do this. She'd be like, I have no idea how it's gonna work out, but like, this ain't something I still can't do. She'd be more, it's gonna work out because I'm a woman. I just feel like that's how my mom would be with that. She's like, it's gonna work out. I'm just gonna show up somewhere, act stupid, and then go from there. Okay, this is how she do it. So here's the thing, I'm kind of freaking out. I don't even want to do this video anymore. I haven't even gone to Save a Lot. And like what it is, it's just like homeless fatigue. Even though things are good, I'm mentally just not feeling real good. I don't even want to go try to deal with Save a Lot to get cash. I probably could do it somehow, somewhere. It doesn't happen here. I called the hotel room. I made the reservation for the hotel for after I accidentally did it. I checked the wrong week. It's the day after I finished the hotel where I'm at. Just gonna go back there because I can. even though I was really trying to do something better today, just don't want to do all the things I have to do to make it happen. You know, and like, a friend we can't relate. I don't know if you can. Hopefully you can a little bit now that I've explained it. It's like, it sucks, you know? I'm like, man, I'm he's dealing with things too that, like, can't explain real fast, you can't understand, but like, yeah, I still love him. He ain't here right now either. It's just, it's harder to explain than it's better for me to show it to you and talk like this sometimes. I hope this video has been helpful. I'm just gonna get it over back where I already was. Without knowing I was gonna do that. I could go to the hotel, but I just, at this point, want to go back and do what's familiar, even though I was just trying to leave it. I really am. And this kind of thing didn't happen a whole lot, but I knew this was going to be an important video to do. So it's at the end of the video, this is the last segment, and I'm trying to do most of it in pretty much chronological order. But the beginning part of the video, I just did that one. I was like, I'm antsy, but I didn't fail today. I still have hotel accommodations that are available on days that I need them after this one is up. I did spend money on a Lyft to go to Save a Lot and back. Well, I really didn't fail. I do have food here. I'm just, like, it's just as blank as this wall behind me, you know, in here. Ain't nothing to do, but hold on. And I still have to really nail it today. I've got to get the video up. Once the video's up, it is there. And it shows you how much, to so many people forever, how important days like this are. And knowing that you might feel like a failure, but you really didn't. Did you? You know? I go back to work tomorrow and be like, I should have nice days off. We were talking to people who buy the candy and cigarettes about how they're doing. I'll be talking hundreds of times about how I'm doing. You know, so it's that fatigue. That's what I'm trying to show you. Thanks for watching. Please send her a frame. Oh, I want to throw this in here. Kind of like why another reason I relate to stars, and this is probably the most important part of the video. My mom in 2014 loved that song "To the Moon and Back" by Luke Bryan. Do you know that song? So I love you so much, I will go to the moon and back with you, for you. 2 years later, my dad made me. 2 years later, my dad made me homeless. She was calling to complain to me that I was homeless. She has done more to help this time, but it's been a long time since she did try. And like, I know where my belief in what she can do is still there. She just doesn't want to. 10 years ago, she was willing to say I'd go to the moon back for you. How much can you get over when you kind of survive? You know? That's why the man of my dreams hated that I was homeless more than anybody. Why? I love him so much. Another reason. You know? You know? One more segment here, and I was thinking about this on the Uber, the way back for Save a Lot. I don't know a whole lot about this, but nobody really does, it seems like. So, James Lennon, right? John Lennon's son, he does stuff. He looks like Weird Al Yankovic a little bit, but he definitely ain't him. You know? But then there's Julian Lennon. Did you know he had another son? The firstborn son for the ex-wife Cynthia that ain't Yoko Ono. I think there was a time where he got like $100,000 trust. Just not much money for anyone at any time, but back then. my God. And then it was like 1996, and he finally got $50 million. But like, what the hell happened between him and Yoko Ono? And why? And like, also, what else was he supposed to do? Like, can you blame him? I mean, it must have been a really weird life for him. And I care about that. I do.
Imagine all the people.
Michael Jackson said, "No one understands me." I know, Michael, we do. More than you think. Places you didn't expect.